All right, welcome back to Roll 22 Experience Radio Show live here on Philly Hot Radio on the Instagram Live Levant1021 and the Women's Roll 2 Facebook page. I have the distinct honor and pleasure to have interviewed and have conversations with the great Joshua Rivers. He's had sing numerous times, play his music on my show. He's an author, he's a hip-hop artist from Philly, doing extraordinary work in his community in Philadelphia. So it's an honor for me to interview him because we've been trying to get him for a long time. But he's been supporting the greatest of me for a long time, and I'm grateful for that, and I supported him as well. So how's it going, man? How's it going?
Man, it's good, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm just glad it's always good to see you, man.
Yes.
Just been working, man. Working and trying to stay out the way, bro. But I always appreciate when I get to connect with you, man. So
yeah, so I think last time we saw us was the Black Gala.
It's the Black Gala.
Yeah,
I performed at the Black Gala.
Yes, yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think I referred you. I think before. I don't know who contacted you. I think I knew I asked someone to put your name in there for you.
Yeah, so you referred me, and my sister was running like the event.
Yeah.
So she also basically was like, "Hey, my brother should perform." Yada yada. Yo, man, that was an awesome event, man.
Yeah, I know when you got that award.
Man.
I saw you. I was like, can I afford? I thought they could put me in the middle.
Yeah.
They had me go for like, oh my god, why they do that? I was eating everything, and I sat there. I was like, they called me up. I was like, I thought I'd be in the middle. I was like, then I saw you. I was like, that man of the night, man. It's been over a year. Wow, it's been crazy.
Yeah,
man.
it's been crazy. But you know about that night, we got one of my favorite pictures of all time.
Yeah,
the
brotherhood.
Man,
we go back 6 years, man. I think because Kendria just went to you, Kendria.
Yeah,
I was like, this guy school that you came to that school. I know we talked about leadership and accountability.
I did some classrooms for you.
Yeah.
So I came to speak to some of your kids, man, and I was telling Jordan like, yo, you really got a heart for the youth.
Yeah,
you
man.
got a heart for God, and I'm just appreciative to be here, man. For you to just even allow me to be on your platform, bro.
Yeah, man.
You always got my respect, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to do what God called me to do, man. Because it's hard out here. People are tempted to do other things, but I gotta stay core with God and what God's called me to do. Because it's very important that we had to do with God's work. Even though it's uncomfortable, you may not understand it, but God will see you through. So I want to answer this question before I get to the who are you and that about what's been going on, basically gun violence and the pandemic and social justice. And I want to, since you're a hip hop artist, what is your perspective on that?
My perspective on the gun violence, on the COVID situation.
Yeah, social justice going on, yeah. So.
You know, regarding the gun violence, of course, it's senseless. You know, I'm from Philly. I'm from Southwest Philly, so I've seen a lot. A lot of the people that I've associated with have been interacted into that. So, like, I understand it on a different level. I still feel like, we gotta keep each other accountable.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the mentorship, a lot of that is missing in our communities. When I was growing up, I had guys, twice my age, like, no, young boy, don't do that. But that's missing nowadays. They took out a lot of the recreational activities. So when you're born somewhere and there's not a lot of options, but there's vices all around you, your options become limited, right? So of course, we don't condone gun violence or anything like that, especially as it pertains to the cops and George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. I mean, it's a very uneventful and unfortunate situation, but we just got to do better in our communities, but also we got to hold each other accountable.
Absolutely.
Hold each other accountable and have each other's back. You know what I'm saying? Like in this whole situation with these cops, cops shooting unarmed black men and women. Help like be a witness to your brother or your sister. Hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying? If they're getting a little bit livid or something like that, calm them down or something like that. Or if they not, be there as a witness to kind of make sure that things aren't getting out of hand as it pertains to the law. And regarding COVID, honestly, I just feel like this is a a time where God is refocusing the world into like what's really important. And yeah, man, it's been an adjustment, but I've actually enjoyed it. I've enjoyed reprioritizing.
Right.
It's one of the reasons why y'all ain't getting new music is because I'm really trying to focus on like what's next in my life, and just trying to build that. Trying to build a foundation on that. So the music is there. It's pretty much done.
Okay.
It's just me just trying to figure out other pieces of life first before the music comes out.
Right, because the way the music has changed since you start coming out.
Absolutely.
It's really changed. Like in terms of marketing and promoting, now it's like everything, the switch is really different now. We rarely see videos anymore. Like, sometimes I see videos I hear on radio, I'm like, sometimes I saw this video, I'm like, so this really music is getting changed. I remember I went to your listening parties, I'm like, this was about 6 years ago. I think the last hour you did was in this place on Spring Garden. I think I went there.
Yeah, it was on Spring Garden.
Yeah,
it was my first one ever, actually.
Yeah, I was there, and then now music like 5 years later, music changed. I'm like,
it definitely
it's changed. I'm like, yeah, but we're gonna talk. So we'll get to that later. But
cool.
Yeah. So who was Jay Rivers? Who was Jay Rivers, and what was your upbringing like?
Man, I tell everybody, I'm just a kid from Southwest Philly, man. One of 5 children, Southwest Philly raised. Went to Penn, left-handed guy, hooper, basketball player. Used to play ball a lot. Went to college at Penn State. Graduated with my degree in labor and employment relations, business management. Came home. Came home, graduated from Penn State. First thing I was like, I don't want young black men to go through what I went through, so I published that first book, Birth to Be a King. After that, when I was 23, I was like, you know what? I see my life changing. Let me put out another book, and that was Rumble Young Man Rumble. And from there, I went through some personal issues, some personal events, and just decided that like music was the best way to get out my message. So initially I started just rapping for the kids. As a matter of fact, I think I rapped a couple times at one of your and the kids loved it.
Yeah.
So I just was like, you know what? I got something. So I just started making songs. They started getting traction, and before you know it, man, I was getting calls to perform. I was going to New York, Ohio, LA, like just off of the music. People was recognizing me overseas and stuff like that, and it's really a blessing, man. But it's just a tool that God gave me, that I just use to kind of connect with people, and so that's who Jay Rivers is, man. He modeled, he rapped. I know the Bible a little bit. I know the Bible a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm just a messenger, man. I'm just a messenger here to do whatever God wants me to do, man. So I guess that's who Jay Rivers is.
Yeah, I think that's what you said about the kids, because the kids will actually, they're brutally honest, and then you hissing on you. That means it's a sign that you got to do it.
And listen, and I remember that time because we were all on the stage. I think it was I forget whose school it was. It was all on the stage, and we had 4 presenters.
Okay.
And each presenter went, and they were saying something. I would look at the kids' faces, and the faces was kind of dull. So they got to me, and I just freestyled. And they was like,
"Oh!" Yeah, I was there. I know what school. I was there.
That started it.
It's funny. That's how I started, because the kids' first impression, because at that time, Patty Grace was not even playing. It wasn't even on my radar.
Absolutely.
So and then I remember I did a workshop. The first workshop I did, and then I saw the results of that workshop. The kids were transformed. They were like, when they come back. So they were reasons that I kept the workshops going, because they were coming back. They were getting something from it that was different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They weren't getting the math. It was something about life. It's something about life skills, having people coming in that are going to be real with them. And I told all the speakers, just be real with them. That's all.
That's the thing.
Be real with them, but as long as your occurrence will be inappropriate, saying things that's stirred in the wrong way. I mean, and this kid is gonna change the narrative. It's like every year, my program, trying to evolve and do something different. I mean, now it's like we focus on relationships and like that friendship. Now we focus on healing, trying to get our kids to be aware of their traumas and their mental health. At least acknowledge it. We're not professionals, you know what I'm saying? So like, because I struggle with that mental health piece, and that's really big for our kids now because all the trauma they see going on, and then they don't know how to address it. Then they carry those issues to adulthood, and it's too late. It might affect someone that we want to be their life, and that's why we're trying to do mental health. In the fall this year, we are going to talk about youth trauma. You know what I mean, and also talking about all social injustice too. But because I wasn't a social justice person like in the beginning, but at the same time, when George Floyd happened, it woke me up. Like I was always woke. But that really woke me up. I was like, wow, because that was going on. It was on TV. So I was like, that's the thing you saw. It was like, and I knew my kid was traumatized from that. And like, they needed the TAD platform to talk about that. And I told my job, listen, like, before they started this career exposure stuff, this non-class get paid, he had a conference about social justice. Yeah. And on the first session we had about 80 kids on the call. And a couple people were crying, everything. You know, so, and here to give the voice and get them engaged, you know, because have uncomfortable conversations in our community that I was doing, you know what I mean, I was doing it weekly, you know what I mean, so, because it's kind of hard to talk about this every single day, but you do it weekly, it's very important, so.
And you know, to your point, Levon, I think it's very, the work that you're doing is very important in the sense that, you know, kids see a lot, but they're not able to really identify it, and the fact that you can put a name to what they're going through, and it's not just, oh, you're just a little kid, but you're identifying all the emotions, all the feelings that they're feeling concerning this environment, because it is a very stressful environment.
Yeah, especially more than ever, you know what I mean?
Especially for black men, little black kids, like black boys, black girls, you know what I mean? Like, they need to understand what this, like, what the instances of George Floyd, the instances of Breonna Taylor, what that means to them.
And a lot of times now, they said black men, black boys, I actually saw one of my coworkers, they were trying to do something for the girls sessions they call Girls with Options. So I told Miss Breonna, look, can I do something like man up sessions? So for young men in our program. So they end up doing free sessions, and the boys did free sessions with me. So it was very powerful. And yesterday, one of the kids said, Mr. Vaughn told me how to be a man. And I was like, wow. So, but these kids were not all black. It's all black and Latino. So very diverse. So I'm trying to diversify. Okay, look, it was really good. It was like, so I'm on carrying this conversation in the fall and the spring about a young man, because I don't want to focus on black men. I want to focus on Latino men too. They're going through too. Asian, they're going through too. So it's not like, I mean, I know it's maybe different in terms of the suffering and oppression, but all of us doing the same things. You know, all of us dealing with some issues of being the man in the house, and some of our kids or men are not be prepared to be in the house. They try to be a kid, find out who they are. So it's very, very important that we have these conversations about young men and young women too, because at the end of the day, because all of us are bound. We gotta be free.
Absolutely.
If we're not bound, we can't think.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk to you about what made you decide to get into music and also become an author. What made you decide to do those?
So the authorship came first, right? So
yeah, right, yeah.
You know, what I always told myself growing up, like if I was to ever get out of the hood and you know, make something of myself, I would want to make sure another young kid didn't experience the same thing that I experienced. So I got out of college, went to a church, and this church had this publishing team. So I was a ghostwriter, and I would write, you know, people's books and stuff like that. I would help them write their books. Then I had the wonderful thought at 20, I think I could write my own book. So that's what I did. I just wrote my own book. It was 100 pages. It was more like a guide for young black men to kind of be like, hey, listen, man, like I understand what you're going through, but here's how I got out of it.
Right.
And if I faced these situations and got out of it, hopefully you can see yourself within these pages and you can get out of it. So I started doing that. I love writing. So I had some success with that. Then a couple years later, I did I did Rumble Young Man Rumble, that was a really tough time in my life. I was going through a lot personally, spiritually, and stuff, and I just needed something to motivate me. And also, again, just speaking to the young men, like, all right, now you passed the birth to be a king phase. Now you coming into your adultship. These are some of the things that you won't face. So that one was called Rumble Young Man Rumble. But then, you know, I went through a very personal situation, and it was a pain so deep that music can only release it.
Wow.
Like I wish I could convey it even better, but like, you ever felt like your soul cry? Like, that's how it felt. It felt like a soul cry, and the only thing my soul could do was write it in a how do you say it, a melodic format. So that's what I did. I actually had a dream about it. So once I had the dream, a week later, I spent writing a song. Connected with one of my friends, Suzanne Christine. She got me in contact with an engineer / producer, and we made a song together called Go Hard. Go Hard.
Yes.
Go Hard. And that was the first song. When that song came out, I was like, you know what? I got something.
Right.
I just started going from there, man. So that's I've always been a writer. I've always been someone who loved to play with words, and it just came naturally, man. It just came naturally.
All right, so in terms of where's next for you in terms of your music? I know.
You know, so the album is finished, LeVon. Album is finished. The album's called Hello, Mr. Rivers. Reason why it's called that is because I feel like with music, I've been giving people what they wanted, but now I want to give y'all what I want. You know what I'm saying? And so the album is a little bit more serious. It addresses some of today's issues. It talks about black men. It talks about having confidence. It goes personal into some of my life or what have you. But you know, I'm looking at time, and I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna be doing this forever. So, you know, I probably got 3 more albums in me, and before I go black and start getting back into writing.
Okay.
I love writing books.
I'll ask about that too. The book for it. Yeah.
So, yeah, about 3 albums left, including this one, and then no more albums for a while, man.
So do you have an estimated date of when it's going to be released on this?
Man.
Is there some songs out right now that we can listen to, or?
You know, it's so. All right, I'll do this for you, LeVon.
Okay.
The album isn't fully mastered. Isn't 100% mastered.
Okay.
But what I'll do is I'll send you when I get back to DMV. I'll send you one of my songs.
Okay.
And it's called Bleed. That's an exclusive. No one else got it.
Ooh.
It's a very personal song to me. I'll send that to you, and then from there we'll start the countdown. But I want to get it out before the end of August.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then follow up with some.
Next year or?
Oh, this month.
Oh, next week. Next week.
Yeah, next week. Yeah. So, but I'll send you that song so you can play it. You let me know how your audience feels about it. And then maybe I'll just throw that one out there while the rest of the album's getting mastered. But it's done. It's on its way. I'm just playing around with it because I noticed that eventually this music is going to end.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what? Let me hold on to it as long as possible. But I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna send you the song. You let me know how you feel about it. Let me know how your audience feels about it. And yeah, we'll take it.
So you say you got 3 albums left. So
I got 3 albums.
Yeah. So is there any music person out there that you want to collaborate with, that you had on your bucket list that you love to be on one of your last 3 albums?
Well, you know, as far as celebrities, no.
Oh.
And the reason why I say that, 1, because they cost too much, but 2, I don't really look at celebrities as people that like I aspire to be.
Right.
I look at them more like as, all right, I should follow that direction if I want that from that person. But as far as like artists, if there are, I want Suzanne, if you're looking at this, I want you on one of my songs. I got my man L.A. Brown, Southwest Philadelphia. He's always on every one of my albums. I got a couple of homies from my old neighborhood I would love to have because they got the lyricism.
Right.
It's just that they don't make music. But it's not, honestly, man, I love doing music. Me writing a song, finding the beat, creating a song all by myself. So I don't really do too many features.
Okay.
But I'm always game for like a soulstress, someone who can sing behind all.
So like I said, I know a couple artists here that are local. They're not celebrities here. So like I know Nicole Ray. I know Eli Capella. He's a young man.
Eli,
yeah.
I like Eli because
So
he did the freestyle thing.
I was playing a song on the show.
Nasty.
So if I
Eli.
could get guys, I really want y'all.
I would do a song with Eli.
Yeah. So him. I know Davina. I know her. Nicole Ray is a gospel artist, but she can really sing. I know. I always play songs on the show, and also I know Krista Deanna. She's a gospel artist.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so they're local. So I mean, I can see something like that. You know, there's something I'm gonna talk to you about after the show.
Okay.
That I'm saying a person like too that I want you to be part of. So
cool.
yeah, so we went right on this time going by. So where people can find you at? Just get more information about your music or you, you know.
So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Tidal, Google Music, all of that stuff. My name is Jay Rivers, so Jay Rivers, or Jay Rivers _ on Instagram, Twitter. My website is www.jayrivers.net. YouTube is JRivers59. And just type in, I say Google Jay Rivers musician and I'll pop right up. Or just Jay Rivers, I'll pop right up.
Okay, so I have that question. Okay, my man. Why you name Jay Rivers instead of Joshua Rivers?
You know, that's a good question. So I feel like Jay Rivers is a persona. Joshua is who I am, right?
Okay.
So first off, my name is Joshua, literally Jay Rivers.
Oh,
meaning my middle name.
okay.
My middle name is Jay.
Okay.
But also, like when you know Joshua, you know me as the person.
Right.
But Jay Rivers is the person rhyming, the semi-cocky, the semi-cocky guy, the guy that kind of give you, you know, the confidence and stuff like that. But Joshua Rivers is the whole embodiment of who Jay Rivers is. It's just Jay Rivers is just a side of who I really am.
Gotcha. Okay. I was going to ask you what Jay Rivers and
all my
Joshua Rivers. I'm like, what's different? So
all my homies call me Jay. All my homies, so Jay Rivers. So it was only natural to go from Jay Rivers, and yeah. So
is that shirt on the website? No shirts on there or
this one?
Yeah.
So this one isn't on the website yet.
Okay.
But what I'm gonna do, and another reason why the album is taking so long is I'm trying to make it a package.
Gotcha.
So where if you get the album, you'll get a T-shirt with it. I can sign it, ship it off to you, and stuff like that. That stuff takes time. So no, this shirt was created specifically for me. This is my older sister made this for me.
Nice.
So shout out Niche. But there will be memorabilia. There will be T-shirts. Maybe even masks. I don't know too much about it, but there will definitely be T-shirts when the album comes out. I meant to have one for you, but you know, time.
I appreciate that, man. So do you have any final words here to leave us today for maybe for young men or young black men or anyone's watching, you know, who are inspired maybe to do music and or be an author? So what words you would say to them?
Oh man, if I could leave y'all with one message, the message would be like success. Whether you're a woman, a man, a black boy, a black girl, Hispanic man, a Hispanic woman, it's not easy. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. It takes discipline. A lot, you know, you see a lot of it. Like you go on my Instagram, you see suits, you see cars, you see whatever. But a lot of people don't tell you about the grunt work that you got to put in, the hours upon hours, the being by yourself, the people not understanding your vision and thinking you crazy because you see something a certain way and other people know you a different way and because of their own limitations, they try to place them on you. So, you know, if you want to be successful in your life, I think that you define it early, you know what I mean, and you don't allow anybody to dictate to you what success looks like. So if success for you is, you know, getting out the hood, then make a plan for how that looks, and commit to it, and understand that everybody who's your friend or who calls himself your friend aren't necessarily going to get that same vision that you have, and that's okay. You know, we all got our different visions and stuff like that, but just stick to it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. You know, you're going to feel by yourself. But at the end of the day, I always tell myself, God didn't. I've been through some stuff. LaVon, you've been through some stuff. God ain't bring you this far to leave you there. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to give advice to anybody, it would be that. It would be understand money, because you can't make music without money. You can't be successful in this life without money. And if you spend money frivolously, then you need to stop it, and especially considering what's going on with this COVID situation, and really educate yourself on how you should be spending and using your money, because how you spend and use your money determines where your heart is. So you can't say that you want to be an aspiring, you know, rapper, but you're spending all your money somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it would be those two things, like really understand what success takes, be willing to put the work in, and understand the power that you have in money, and just be great. Like, you know, we tell all of our black boys and girls to be humble, be humble, be humble. You know this from my song, like, don't just be humble, be confident in what you know.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because humility will only get you but so far. But when you're confident and you know what you know, that speaks volumes. And sometimes people need to understand that you're that expert in that field. There's nothing wrong with being confident. Confidence isn't arrogance. You know, so yeah, those three things. Be confident, you know, take care of your money, and really understand that in order to be successful, it's going to take some work. I mean, I'm talking hours of work. So, you know, I mean, and LaVon, you know more than anybody.
Yeah.
You know, so
and our prayer.
of course. And of course, you can't forget prayer and God. I got a fourth thing, which is really number one.
Right.
You know, you gotta acknowledge God. You know, I wouldn't be here without God. I wouldn't be in this seat. I wouldn't be accomplishing what I accomplished. I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff without my Savior. So just those four things, man, and just stay true to yourself.
That's right.
You know, stay true to yourself. A lot of people are gonna want you to be something that they want you to be. Be who you want to be. Right. And everything else, people, money, job, all that other stuff will fall right into place. So, so yeah, that's that, man. That's all I got.
Well, Jay Weber, it's been an honor and a pleasure to be having you a guest on my show. We will see each other more down the road. Hopefully, we can talk again, because it's really needed. You know what I mean? Because you're really dealt a pressure in my life in terms of me learning some things and learning to think and figure out the things differently. You know, so. Like I said, follow Jay Weber, support his music. I play his music on my show almost every week. So please support him. Please support his doing. Look at if I do that song now, I will bring on the show hopefully next week or following week. You know, so let me know. Yeah, so hope y'all have a great rest of the Saturday. Be safe and be humble. Be great.
See y'all. That was dope, LaVon. That was really dope, man. I appreciate you.